today is the first day, trading day of 2026, January the 2nd. So yesterday we talked about my lessons from last year and also my strategy vision for this year. So we say that I am going to wait for SPX to dip 10% to load up on NVDL to 60% of my portfolio, and GGLL with TSLLL each 10% of my portfolio. We haven't had this chance now yet, so I'm just going to patiently wait for that. And we also talked about I am going to swing trade on ASTX, APLX, ONDS, and NUAI. So I had the chance to trade on ASTX today. I sold it all today with roughly 26% gain. I am going to talk about this in detail why I do it. This is not my usual trade, so this is not the general principle for me to trade this ticker. But in anyhow, this year I think it's good to be safe. But overall, I am going to execute this strategy for ASTX. So I am going to buy when the SAR is in green up signal trend. So this is the first number one criteria. And the second one is I am only going to buy when KDJ is having a golden crossing in this green SAR uptrend before the SAR sell signal shows up. And I am going to sell when say when SAR sell signal shows up, or KDJ deadly crossing shows up. So either one of these shows up, I am going to sell. So let's look at this ASTX graph, right? So let's say so the reason why I sold today is because that this SAR sell signal shows up, right? So that triggered my sale. But then you see that actually KDJ is almost going to have a golden crossing, but we don't know. It's actually I'm curious to see what happens tomorrow, right? But yeah, so this triggered my sell point of this SAR sell signal, and so actually for this round I bought it here. So this is not really my typical trade, my typical buying point, right? But by accident I bought it here. So this trade is not really a rule. It's almost an accident. But then let's look at in general. So we say our buying point is, so first criteria, when it's in the SAR green trend, uptrend, right? And the second one is we have to see a golden crossing from down up. And then we don't really, before this selling signal shows up, we don't really see a golden crossing, right, within this. So I guess for our strategy, we are just going to miss this trend. But you know what? Gaining less is better than losing money, right? So I think a capital preservation is important this year, because like it's probably going to be a bumpy year this year. So, okay, it's okay that we're going to miss this round, right? So let's see. So from this bottom, we had going from 27 to the high round of 38. So I mean, it's okay, right? I guess, just to be safe, it's okay for us to miss this round. And then for this round, it's just because, it's in this whole red trend. So we're not going to do anything within this trend. So, we actually are able to escape this big loss round, right? Okay, so here we are just back testing our strategy if this is going to work, in general as a rule, or is it safe, right? And so here, when the green uptrend signal shows up, so we are going to wait for a golden crossing. Okay, so here, so we see a golden crossing, right? So we are probably going to buy it here. So, if we say we buy this date at the highest point at 35, right, before the selling signal shows up, so we're probably gonna sell it here. So so we buy at 35, and then we are going to sell at closing at 71. So that's almost 2 times, right? So we made double, so this strategy, actually you are able to catch this, big up swing, big up round, right? So, it's good. Because I think the number one rule is that we want to be safe, right? And then here we are not gonna do anything because it's in a downward red trend, right? And here, even though it's green trend, but we don't see any golden crossing before the south SAR downtrend. So we are not going to do anything also here. But this round we also will not do anything, right? So what about here? So here, green trend before selling signal shows up, no golden crossing, so we are also not going to do anything. So overall, we are able to make we are able to catch this big uptrend, right? Good. And we are able to escape these, like big loss trend. So I think overall it should be safe. But in any way, this is not a financial advice in any way. Your money, you have to make your own decision. And feel free to comment below if you actually have other better strategies. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Okay, thank you.